Google has tried making cheap tablets. It's tried making expensive ones. It's outsourced them, and it's made them in-house. It's built tablets for play, for work, laptops disguised as tablets, and vice versa. Google has tried tablets so many times in the past decade that it's actually officially given up on them, at least once. But what it hasn't tried yet is making a tablet that turns into a Google Nest smart screen when you put it down. That's what the Pixel tablet is trying to be, and a week after welcoming it into my own Nest, I think it's a truly special idea. I just wish I could trust Google to stick with it. Ultimately, the pitch Google is making here is very simple. When you're not using a tablet, it just kind of lays around, right? And certainly that's been my experience. My iPad mini really does just sit in a drawer most of the time. So Google implemented a 3-step solution. Step 1, put a tab in the box. Step 2, put a dock in that box. Step 3, make him open the box. And that's the way you do it. Yeah, included in the Pixel tablet's $500 price tag is a speaker dock to convert tablet downtime into uptime as a smart screen. The hardware is a win overall. Google's smart home aesthetic has a subdued, friendly vibe that both tablet and dock hew nicely to. The dock is covered in fabric, available in 2 colors, with a barrel connector for the power adapter around back, and pogo pins mated to the magnets up front. Those magnets do their job a little too well. Because the dock is fairly lightweight, you can't just pull the tablet off it without doing a little twist. And making the dock heavier would have been welcome in another way. The 43mm speaker currently included is plenty loud and much more robust than the tablet's speakers, of course. But if you've used Google's big Nest Audio speaker with its 75mm driver, yeah, you'll definitely miss the bass. The at-home aesthetic is mirrored in the tablet's design. It is, in a word, soft, from its pillowy compound curved corners to the nano-ceramic casing coating that makes it feel like a giant Pixel 5. Now, can you force it to be a mobile product? I mean, it's literally an Android tablet, so absolutely. I restored it from a backup on my Motorola Razr Plus review device, which brought over all my apps and most of my passwords. Then I paired it with the keyboard and mouse that came with the YogaBook 9i review unit and bolstered my reputation as weird tech in public guy by clacking out much of this video script on my East River commute, and then at a bar. Android 13's split-screen mode really helped with that. I spent a fair bit of time running Evernote and Docs side by side, or Docs and the reviewer's guide, and I loved how much space I had to spread out while doing so. If you want to use a pen, there's USI 2.0 support for that, and if you run the battery dry, there's a USB-C port for charging. The tablet's well suited to portability. It's thin, lightweight, and even classy looking in its forgettable, minimalist way. But it's not designed for that. The 11-inch LCD tops out at just 500 nits, which makes it a non-starter for summertime swiping. There's no 5G radio on board. Google promises security updates, but won't commit to any platform upgrades beyond Android 13. And the cameras, well, they're spec'd identically on front and back, and clearly not meant for more than video calls. Honestly, if you want a portable tablet from Google, there's a better, albeit much more expensive, option coming out soon that fits in your pocket. Stay tuned. The most that most folks should travel with their Pixel tablet is from the kitchen,
Hello, I'm Julia Child,
to the living room, to the bedroom. And if you come to love it, you can buy more docks to accommodate it for $130 a pop, so the tablet can have a home in every room. The docks don't function without the tablet being attached, though, which is kind of a bummer. Again, I adore this concept. When I'm using the Pixel tablet to read or watch YouTube videos or take notes, it works well. And when I'm done, it transforms into something else. To me, some of the most compelling pieces of technology are these so-called convergence products. It just feels good to buy something and feel like you're getting 2 products in one. The trouble comes in the working well part. See, you can't grade a smart display without also evaluating the service that powers it, in this case, the Google Assistant. Since I took the plunge into the smart home lifestyle, my household has always been a Google one. And for many years, the Assistant did its job well, playing music and reminding me of appointments, answering questions, just assisting. But over the past few years, it started feeling like the Assistant was almost rotting in a way. I started noticing it on my Lenovo devices. The alarm clock started getting buggy, so I downgraded to the newer, less capable model, but it too wouldn't play nice with the rest of my speakers. See, one of Google Home's big advantages early on was that you could link the speakers into groups to create basically a very cheap stereo system for your whole home. Well, then those speaker groups started malfunctioning. Again, first on the Lenovo Smart Display, but then on my Google Nest Minis too. Well, then I thought maybe it's my wireless router, or maybe it's Wi-Fi interference from the large layout of my apartment. So when I moved across town, which caused me to get a new router and also cut my square footage by about 70%, I expected that to help. But the Assistant's problems only got worse. Speaker groups are still completely broken, and it's a game of pure chance which ones will respond when I ask Google to play on all speakers. Also, the speakers now fight for my attention, hearing my commands and simultaneously responding even from the other room, which was never a problem before.
Talking to you.
The quality of those responses has diminished too. For several weeks, the Assistant forgot what my lights were called, so it couldn't turn them on or off. Sometimes the speakers will disconnect from my Wi-Fi network for no reason.
Connect to the Wi-Fi network.
Unless you think this is all just an example of my bad luck or something unique to my apartment, do this for me. Just see what pops up when you search, "Has Google Assistant gotten?" You don't even need to finish the sentence. There's a lot of good reporting and speculation out there as to why this is happening. The Sonos lawsuits, Google's reassignment of teams from Assistant to Bard, the fact that the Assistant has never made money for a company increasingly concerned about making money. But whatever the reason, the fact is that Google's smart home products simply aren't as good as they used to be. And while maybe that's forgivable on a $50 smart speaker, these problems are a much bigger deal on a tablet that costs 10 times that amount. The good news? If you're sticking to a single smart speaker in your home, or you're considering the Pixel tablet for its visual features, then it's a much easier sell. It's amazing how much warmth a digital picture frame lends to a home. All I had to do was tell the tablet to show me recent highlights from Google Photos. And if that's not your bag, you can ask it to show the weather forecast or curated art collections instead. If you're a frequent video caller, the continuous framing tool will try its best to keep you centered, even if you're walking and talking. And of course, any video app in the Play Store will run on here. So it's a YouTube and Netflix machine. Start a video on the tablet and toss it on the dock, and the audio will transfer automatically. It's also meant to be a cast target, so you can send media from your phone, but I couldn't get that to work. Yeah, you see? So what do we have in the Pixel tablet? Well, it's a very good piece of hardware, built to realize a very good idea. After using this, I'm convinced that all tablets should become smart displays on demand. I love it. But again, a smart screen is only as good as the services that power it.
A cook is only as good as his ingredients.
And before I can give the Pixel tablet a full-throated recommendation, the folks in Mountain View need to prove that Assistant isn't the next awesome product bound for the killed by Google graveyard. This won't be my last word on the Pixel tablet, folks, because once I get my Pixel Fold in hand, I'm planning a video that explores what it's like to live entirely within the Pixel ecosystem. I'm looking forward to seeing how the tablet develops over the next few months, and if you want to hear about that when the time comes, please subscribe to the MrMobile on YouTube. This video was produced following 7 days with a Pixel tablet review sample provided by Google, but Google is the subject of this video, not a sponsor. The company did not compensate me for this review, and I did not give Google editorial input, an early preview, or copy approval rights concerning same. Until next time, from Michael Fisher, thanks for watching. And stay mobile, my friends.